Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the Creative Council. My name is Natasha, and today we're going to be discussing the topic of fruit and what they can represent in a dream. So, when you think about a fruit, it is something that is produced from a tree or a bush. So, a tree is going to represent either a leader or it can represent humanity or people, different people. So, a tree or a fruit is going to represent what your life is producing, either good or bad. And if you're a believer, so you're supposed to be producing fruit and bearing fruit for the kingdom, and also the fruit of the spirit, which are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, etc. Now, it could be bad though, depending on the context of the dream, what was happening with the fruit. So it could be fruit of the works of the flesh and things that are produced by works of the flesh. The things you want to pay attention to is the color, the size, the type of fruit. What type of fruit is it? Because that could be telling as well to timing, and I'll talk about that a little later, and to a region, because certain fruits only grow in certain regions. So if it's a huge fruit or a bunch of fruit that are huge, like overly oversized, then that could be telling of the you possessing the promises of God, like Caleb and Joshua did. And if it also is like really huge, like a single crop or a couple crops that are huge, that could be a expression of the double portion or a bumper crop. What is the location? You want to pay attention to that. Is it in a park? Because that's going to speak to something public. So you producing something, the fruit you're producing in a public setting. Is it a garden? Gardens are going to be a representation of someone's heart and the condition of their heart. Now, what is the condition of the fruit if it's in the garden? Is it dry? Is the tree dry? That's going to speak to drought or lack of intimacy with the Lord in someone's life. Is the fruit coated with sugar? Is it candy coated? That's going to have an element of deception there. So you want to pay attention to those things. So it's going to be, like I said, what someone is producing. So another thing that fruit can represent in a dream is the signs of a time. So when you think about a fruit, you don't want to pick it too soon, because if it's not ripe, it's not the time for that. If it is ripe, then it's mature. So if it's not ripe, it's immature. But if it is ripe, it's mature. And that's going to speak to now. You want to harvest that now, because now is the time. And if you let it sit on the vine or on the tree, it's going to be overly ripe. And eventually it will spoil and rot and go bad. And so pay attention to that as well. And we want to be like the sons of Issachar, who are discerning of the times and the season. Jesus spoke about harvest laborers being available for that. And so harvesting is you gathering up what has been planted, what you've labored for. So what your life is producing, like I was saying. And the Lord, Jesus also made the correlation of time. And so he made the correlation with the fig tree. He said, learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as the branches become tender and puts out its leaves, you know that summer is near. So the correlation between a actual physical season and the fruit is telling. So if you're seeing something similar to that, ask yourself what's happening. Like he said, it's putting out its leaves, so you know summer is near. So what's happening along, or what are you doing with that fruit as well? And also the Lord, and Amos talked about, he asked Amos, what do you see? Amos had responded in Amos 8, I see ripe fruit in a basket. And the Lord had responded to him, the time is ripe for my people Israel, and I will spare them no more. So that was a correlation to timing. It was a harvest for judgment, but it was showing a harvest or something that was coming, a season that was coming, and timing for that judgment to be passed on Israel at that time. So anyhow, just to recap, fruit are going to represent what your life is producing. That could be good or bad. You're going to pay attention to the condition of that thing that's being produced in your life, or what you're seeing in someone else's life. And the type of fruit, like I said, it could be location, and that's going to be telling as well. Or it could be a representation simply of the signs of a season and the timing of something in a season. So I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video has blessed you. And I want to know what kind of fruit you guys are dreaming of. There might not even be fruit that we have here in America that are in your country. So I would love to hear what kind of fruits you guys are dreaming of. Anyhow, till next time, grace and peace. Bye.